Hello everybody and welcome to the pistol round of VP versus Hard Legion on Train. A fast push to B. We're already right into the action, Dean, as VP all over this site. Crad struggling to get it done, and although Forrester finds a frag, they were few and far between as VP gets to the bomb site.
Yeah, but I mean, decent enough damage being done as they bring it to the 3-on-3. Obviously, with the bomb being planted, it's not going to be an easy retake by any means. And look at this position from James. He has such an easy frag up close on the connector. With that, now the player in heaven is having so much to worry about as well. So many different angles he was getting shot from. Kinky already having tapped the bomb. They know where he is, but he's brought it down to the one-on-one. Even has a Molotov, but he's just going to chase the kill. James goes down. What a round from Kinky. Was that a 1-on-3?
It was indeed, in a 4K overall. Fantastic performance as Hard Legion take themselves that round. They start out well on the CD side, but the problem is that VP have managed to get themselves an investment. Because they've got the bomb plant, their money is going to be pretty decent to rock and roll with AKs if they want to. Usually see 2 to 3 coming out in this round alongside pistols, but I'd say a scout might also make an appearance. We already see one being bought up on its way to James.
Yeah, alongside some rifles, not, as you said, a terrible investment by any means, and we're even seeing a couple SMGs there for the
Round
CT
2
side
off.
of Famas for Sfia, so yeah, no, that's the interesting one for Rage. I would imagine that was dropped over, of course, by Kinky after he was able to get himself all those kills. That would have given them the economy for that. Must have taken the Famas in return, and yeah, but that's just not expected at all. So it's kind of like Hard Legion, like, oh, we know you're going to buy off of that bomb plant now. We know you're going to be coming in with some rifles, but you're not going to expect an op.
No, not a chance. Round 2, like, we see some teams with 5 SMGs, for God's sake. I've got an AWP. And this is the map for it. Train, no doubt, is where you want to be pulling out the AWP as soon as possible. That's why I said we'd see VP go for the scout. But that even flew under my radar, that Hard Legion had the AWP, until I saw them running out of spawn. So you can only imagine how surprised VP were.
I can't catch it from my my third person perspectives when we're up above. On the default HUD, it doesn't show me. So I was extra surprised. Oh, Rage is going to have a chance for another, though, in towards main. Unless they flash in. Ideally, they need to take him off this angle with some utility. Not looking likely, though.
Now look at this. Rage in with another. Got to be careful. Doesn't want to be taken down at all with the investment they've made. It's important to keep the players alive. And oh, they're doing it. What a fantastic round. Nobody dying at all. That is insanity. AK's being upgraded as well for Sfiat and Kinky. Crad does remain with an MP9, but it's not like VP are going to invest a lot into this, is it? That's one of the best second rounds I've seen in Rio so far, especially on Train.
I was just about to say, a lot of the time you're like, okay, they're up against these rifles. This is going to be a close round. This could really go either way. But now, Hard Legion made that look super, super easy. That's one of the cleaner ones, as you said, we've seen. Not losing the player, being able to now come into this one. Still having the op, obviously, that they got in the second round. Having it backed up by the nades. Having that one MP9 then for Crad so that he can be the sole man who's actually trying to build up some extra economy. And everyone else is just secure with their weapons, including a couple of AKs that they were able to retrieve from that previous round. So they're feeling really good. Even better as Forrester picks up the opening kill here up against just the Deagle buy from VP. Spots out 2 more, I believe, as well, and just backs off with that. Doesn't want to stick around. Rage has found one in the meantime, also over towards the A side of the map. So, yeah, this is not looking too good. They've left the bomb behind for now as well. So VP really are just opting on trying to find some picks with these Deagles. Oh, should finally get one. No, a Dren. Okay.
Sad situation for Virtus.pro. They want to at least grab themselves those frags. They need to make up for the previous round, mainly. At the moment, that has proven to be pretty much impossible. Just James is left alive, running around, looking for some opportunity.
If you can even get one, it would be an okay spot, considering they've done no damage in the previous round, and now have done none in this, though. That is a pretty difficult position for them to be in. Coming into their first gun round, it means that they're going to have to take 2 probably very clean gun rounds themselves if they want to actually stabilize things here early on and try and break the economy of Hard Legion, who are going to keep that one MP9, but other than that, everything that they could ask for with the rifles, the op still in play, all the nades, they're looking pretty, and if they can actually manage to pick this one up, they will be off to a flying start here on Train, which we said could be a competitive one because it is more of a middle ground map for both of these teams.
You know, without a doubt, this is important for VP. I mean, look at if Hard Legion lose this, a double op setup can already come out if they get no money. Like, that's a scary situation, and they're obviously going to get a little bit of cash on top of it, plus whatever kills they find. Angie naded, Buster as well. That's serious damage to start us off.
Especially with the MP9 in play, that helps out quite a bit.
The control they have towards upper B. Even still, Forrester's rotating through. They're suspecting some form of the hit as Rage gets pushed back. Lit to 50.
They're moving out of the way that nade, thankfully.
But look at that rotate from Hard Legion. They've heavily committed towards the A site. They're going to have to rotate back. Those players are aggressive, and yeah, Kinky's gone. What? Somehow managed to take Buster before that, though.
Yeah, that was literally the best he could have hoped for from that position. He's actually kept Hard Legion in a decent spot. Unfortunately, Sviat goes down as he was pushed up close to E-box, and now it will be that A commitment coming in. There's still a player watching for this top flank as well, and yeah, Kicker has just gifted one as Forrester comes down the ladder. They're trying to go back. Okay, having no idea Crad was going to be here as well. Now Rage with the op on the bomb site. I was going to say could have a chance to actually swing this round back in their favor, but unfortunately repositions himself, and with that gets caught from the push through sandwich. Adren with the kill pretty much confirms the round for VP, as Crad will begin to back away. We said they have loads of money, but he also has an AK. So could it be worthwhile saving? Potentially. Does he want to go for this? Potentially. It does look like he wants to move forward indeed. And understandably so. If they can take even one more weapon out of the hands of VP, then that makes this worthwhile. And there we go. Crad finds Zanji. And this is still somewhat winnable. The bomb has been planted a while. But if he was to move quickly, he could have gone for it. I don't think that's his goal, though.
Yeah, no, definitely not going for this at this stage, but a nice little extra kill. Really letting VP know they're not getting away with it for free. Only one rifle to save through. It is the op, obviously, but Crad trying to get to the site to save an op of his own, but he was slowed down a little bit. Wouldn't have made a difference. He wasn't close enough either way. But 3-1. No op saved for Hard Legion. As we said, though, losing that round does allow for a double op setup. Sviat could have bought one, but in fact, it's Crad in the end, having saved the AK to pick it up. And at this point, it's a pretty damn good buy after you lose just one round. Still a little bit of cash in reserve as well. But they will face a rougher time should they not win this and give VP a bit of access back into the game. So this is where they want to make a stand. That second op could make a world of difference. Forrester pushing towards upper B. Here's a lot of steps and makes the right call to just back out. He doesn't want to take a coin flip engagement, maybe even a negative one with not knowing how many players are out there already, and potentially give them the advantage to win the round. Yeah, as well as being pushed away from control.
This is the issue. They're popping out of both Pop Dog and Main right now. As you had said, Sviat being pushed back to E-box ends up actually getting caught around there. His teammates, they do find success elsewhere, so they keep it in a 3-on-3 as you see Kinky going down on the bomb site. Rage now being spotted with his up towards old bomb train, Crad firing his off in connector, so they have a good idea about the positions of at least two of these players. But you will see Forrester also joining up at Rage now. They're going to be looking to try and come in for this retake, of course. Nades-wise, they do have a little bit. They have some flashes. They have a smoke that could help them out as they move forward. And they do have the defuse kits as well. Forrester is, of course, the man who's trying to lead the charge on that AK. Shot being missed by Jamie. He had a chance to try and pick one off on Ivy. Instead, Forrester's allowed to creep out. He catches Sanji up close on the stop sign. And suddenly, Jame and Buster are here to save the round. It's a 2-on-3, but the bomb is already ticking away quite quickly. That is a positive for them. Jame is just not hitting any shots. What is going on? All on Buster, and he's being dropped as he tries to come out of Pop Dog. Forrester had elevated himself up on top of the blue train right there, so he had a very good angle to stop him from being able to peek out as he'd be focused towards the bomb site, of course, getting ready to try and actually stop that defuse. So 4-1. Hard Legion, sure, they lose the opening gun round, but with, as we had said, the economy they had built up over those first 3 rounds being so convincing, they'd boss straight back in and bounce back immediately. VP, the bomb plant helps, but it's not a perfect buy. It's nowhere near that. Even then, Adrenaline, he hit the drop on the rifles, I believe, so he doesn't even have Kevlar with his Tech 9.
Kinky's off to a hell of a start as well, defending that A bomb site, working perfectly around with Sviat at close pop to at least trade him out and make sure that they're not losing that control for naught. They have so far been pushed back from a lot of these aggressive positions as we see towards upper B again. The opera there, this time it's Crad instead of Rage, but he's forced back to the bomb site. This is going to cause a rotate to have to come through, you would presume. But no, they actually just stay aggressive. Up towards main, in Pop Dog as well. The Opera on the bomb side trying to provide support from afar. If VP went out A, this would be a very bad situation for them. But it looks like the T side is angling towards getting some control around upper B. But as Adren walks into that ladder, is taken down. Only one of the pistols to fall, so it is not the worst situation. Look at this. This is so smart. He was picking up the pistol. I thought he was going to use the Glock as like a fake flash down, but he could immediately follow up because he was pressing F to retrieve the pistol instead of swapping to it and swapping back. But James not feeling aggressive enough to drop down Pop with an op, which is a decision I agree with. I just think that would have been a nasty thing to see.
Oh, Forrester actually avoids the flash. Yeah, they're coming through the smoke. He had a really good position up close. They deny the first two players moving in. And then all dreams for VP pretty much in this round, they're shattered. Buster and James are left alone. I think how it was done, yeah, Adren actually had exactly 4750 coming into this round, so he gave that up over, and unfortunately hasn't really been able to do a lot. If it's saved into this next round, at least they'll have something to work with to try and keep the damage on. But obviously with them being on the D side, at that point, it makes the economy for them very unbalanced.
Oh, Dean. Sorry, I just checked on HLTV. I was going over to the VP Hard Legion match page just to get a little bit of extra stuff on opening duels and stuff like that, just to get it open and keep track of it. And you know the way Navi you're playing Simon on the A stream?
Yeah, how's that going?
Simon beat Navi 16-4 on Overpass. And then they lost us to 16-14.
11-4 right now. Jesus.
What? What? That is
right, guys,
crazy.
This is a pretty good game, but I'd recommend if you have a second monitor to get that one open too.
Go take a look at Simon. What is that about, bro? That is crazy. We're going to have to watch that back tonight. That's mad. Well, yeah, Hard Legion are doing well versus VP, and I was thinking, wow, this is going to be the upset of the day, isn't it? Like, later on, God Sent Mouse, that's going to be a spicy game, but Hard Legion bringing VP to 3 maps too, oh, that can't be topped. And then I just look at that Simon, 16-4. That is nuts. It does. I don't care what map it is. I don't care if there's a new map added to the game that Navi have never played before and Simon been playing for 6 months. Navi should win that. It's like, or not get 16-4 at least. Should be close. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's not over for Navi, but they are not looking too good in that one.
Yeah.
But VP on the other hand, I mean they're down 5-1. That is not quite as bad for them. They definitely still can manage to recover this one. A little bit of a slow start, but they've got the loss bonus rolling. Again, with a couple of weapons being saved, their economy is a little bit all over the place, so they are just going to get a bit behind those 2 saved weapons. So I'm not expecting the round win here, but they can definitely do something with it. There's an opportunity for sure. I ideally want to continue actually doing some damage, which we haven't really seen in most of these rounds. In the previous, there was 5 surviving, of course, for Hard Legion, so taking at least a few weapons out of play from Hard Legion is probably the main goal. Especially with them loving that double op setup, both here and back on the previous map. It's an expensive one.
VP showing a lot of presence in Ivy, but, well, not showing. They have a lot of presence. Not yet giving that away. Buster's just taking about 700 damage. Gets sprayed up by the M4. Rage swings out to take him down in the split second. He is gone. The Opera of James looking for someone Ivy. Couldn't find a thing. Hard Legion happy to just sit in their current holds. They've got a super passive B hold on the back of Forrester going up in Pop a couple seconds ago. He's got a bit of information. No one's around there. Brad just holding from far away on the AWP, allowing them to come down if they want to. But it's A that VP are looking favored towards with 30 seconds left. And a flash out does allow them to cross into Olaf at least.
Yeah, but they've kind of just been funneled into this position. It's probably not ideal for them. Adren just jumped straight through the Molotov. Rage, though, realized he resorts to the 5-7. I'm sure he'd be able to get that kill. Tries to follow up with another, but he doesn't need to because his teammates are there. Sviat and Forrester just clean up the rest of the round. 6-1, as we said, there was just a couple of weapons being saved over. The issue is for James, even with the loss bonus, he had 0 before that, or he had like $50. So it is not enough for him to get the full investment out here. He gets an AK, can go body armor with it, which he will. Obviously, though, that is not ideal, and the rest of the players getting at least the rifles. Buster, I guess, is the only one who's limited on nades. So it's not terrible, but they're struggling. VP are having a very, very slow start here on Train. I said this is more of a middle ground map for both of the teams. We were saying back on Inferno it should have been an easy one for VP. That definitely should have been theirs. It ended up going really close. We were like, okay, Train's a middle ground one, and how close Inferno would be, and it could be a very competitive one. So far, not the case, but it is still pretty early considering VP are here on this T side. Oh, and Jem might have an opportunity to give them an opening into this round. Potentially, if Kinky goes forward. Oh, they drop down a Dren. He gets the kill, but the fall damage. It's too much for him to handle. The bodies just all over Pop Dog. I don't know who that was. Was that Sanji? Was Kickard went down, had a look at him, was like, oh, God. I'm going to go back up. We'll go B, guys. Let's avoid this massacre.
Yeah. I'm going to wade through the corpses of my teammates. Well, that's unfortunate for VP. Could have been nice and clean in a 4v4. Now moving in towards a two-man B hold. As Hard Legion scratch their heads, wondering what the hell happened there. Brad holding an upper with the AWP. Kickard's got to be careful. He shows a little bit too much, though. The smoke doesn't wait for it to bloom. Forrester, happy from above to find one. Fade back, but he's got to help Krad out. And instead he dies. Krad on 50 HP, or sub. But that Molotov is actually going to delay Buster. He hasn't got a smoke. It allows the players to get in a position to catch him on the cross, although they're not doing that just yet. He was just cautious of anyone holding on a tighter angle, and a bomb plant will be coming through. A retake 3 versus 1 definitely gives Hard Legion the upper hand, and the op from afar, the second one, is what takes him down. Almost the team ace. Maybe that's what Adren was trying to steal away from them. Just make sure they don't get that little bit of extra morale boost. Big brain plays.
I'm still on the fall damage though. That was hilarious. It was very unfortunate. 7-1. We've begun to hit the point where the CTs are certainly feeling extremely comfortable with the money that they built up over these past 4 or so rounds. That's really when they have begun to bolster it up. And yeah, VP, at least getting the bomb plant, as you said, it certainly helps them out here. We've been able to pull the buy into play. But even then, if they want to get the Yoppa, it'd have to be glass cannon. It'd have to be likely given over by someone else. We've seen a Dren willing to drop it before, but probably not this time. He wants to ensure he'd have a Kevlar behind that rifle most likely. So they know they're in a tough spot. They've called in the pause. And they need to start recovering back now, because on the T side of the train here, you'll be aiming for at least 5 or 6 rounds to actually feel good.
Well, for Hard Legion, the thing is, right, they're still not in that good spot on the CT side, and they need to keep focused. Like you're saying,
yeah.
VP have the opportunity to get to a score line. Like they're not completely locked out of the series yet, or of the map. But with the fact that we see Forrester, Kinky towards the first half of this half, sort of 5 rounds or so, let's say, and he was doing spectacular. Slowed down a little bit, but Rage, now that the op is up, he's starting to answer. Forrester's having some great plays, showing up on that rifle when it's needed. Then you get worried for Virtus.pro. So far, there's been a consistent one-man B hold for the start of the rounds. Obviously, there's no way they can have a read on that, but as VP very early on pressured in towards that A-bomb site, they lose most of those duels, and at best, they're able to find 1-for-1s, or in the case of Vidren, 1-for-2s. He took himself out.
Again, very unfortunately, they're going to be committing just straight into B. The smokes, though, as they went down, given a little bit of room because they followed up with one of their own to allow them to cross out to the gray train, but they do still end up losing the player who went around the edge of it and did get spotted. A return from Kickard going to be found, but they've slowed things down at this point right now. They are going to be slowly clearing out close around Summit. Forrester, yeah, he's just gone. Once that smoke faded away, he was caught between 2 angles that were near impossible to contest at the same time. Sviak going to be tapping away, doing what he can. So far, he's just been kind of played with by the players on the ladder. Okay, finds James. Whack-a-mole on the first. Gets a Dren as well, popping out from Summit. Doesn't burn him alive, but a bullet to the face really isn't that much better. And now, just one trapped on the bomb site Kicker. He's going to have to come up massive. He has a very awkward spray. Sanji through the flames. Actually makes it out and nearly gets the spray transfer. That was incredibly close. If he got that, Kinky was 50 in health.
That is tragic, man. He could have had the round. You saw how close every one of those bullets on the transfer went, just above the head. But he couldn't pull it down in time. And a big shame for Kickert, really. I think that's what cost him the round. He completely forgot how to spray the AK. Like, we switched to him like 20 bullets deep. Just spraying at a guy like, suppressive fire! 8-1. VP need a lot more than suppressive fire to suppress this defense of Hard Legion that's just been doing so much damage. Not a single player on B. This is how infrequently VP have shown B contact. They don't even care. They're sending both ops to the A side early on. Then later, it's Krad again holding by himself in connector. Look at how safe Hard Legion feel. It's 30 seconds into the round by the time they get a second player on B.
And even then, they were kind of like, okay, we'd be willing to play that B retake early on. We'd be comfortable with our op being able to at least pick off a couple, do some damage before they can get on towards that bomb site. Obviously, when not a lot happens early on towards the A bomb site, if there isn't that instant rush, you can then afford to kind of alleviate one of the players and send them back on over towards B, where now they've set themselves up quite aggressively. They're forced, they're up close on the ladder, obviously waiting for the contact of Crad in the back lines. He would then pop out and they try and retain that upper control, which obviously is a massive position to actually keep control of if the B push has come in, because then planting that bomb becomes near impossible. But for now, it is still just the default from VP. They're split up across the map. They're probing around main. They're probing around Ivy, trying to see what they actually can find. And with that aggression having come through from Forrester, we've seen the fourth player gambled back to A. And Adren, I think this timing may just catch him. Oh yeah, Forrester's stopped it. It's probably the safest. Wait until they find contact on A and they know the push is definitely coming in.
Yeah, that's the way they've been playing that as well, especially because he's the only one to hold towards the B side. Eventually he goes forward, though, and that's a big mistake. That is horrible for them. VP have smokes down towards Ivy. They can get, I think it was right side they had it, but it looks like they're going for A. I thought they would try to wrap B, go CT,
but look at the time. They couldn't. There's 12 seconds left. If they live here, there's just no time for the bomb to be planted. They need all of the kills to win this one. And even then, they can't find it because they're so rushed trying to get themselves onto the bomb site that they couldn't clear all those angles as perfectly as they would have hoped to. That is heartbreaking for VP. Despite getting that kill on towards B, it maybe made them consider slowing down for even a second or two. And when they were moving forward, once that bomb got dropped in towards main, I think there was like 13 seconds left.
You know what I'm noticing here from VP is that the utility damage they're sustaining is quite high, and whenever they're making a little bit of move, you know, of a move 1 minute into the round, there's always mollies and stuff up. Hard Legion aren't being forced to use any of their utility early on. You get this molly in towards main that's coming through on a consistent basis to stop a faster play. But even that's probably unnecessary because VP don't know what a fast play is. They're applying basically no pressure as they eventually try to go forward. The smoke that they threw and Pop Dog blocks the Molotov. Straight out we go, and Kicker's taken down. Look, like this is a massacre. They've only got pistols in fairness to them. But they really need to just apply some pressure. You see that first minute, Hard Legion, they're not throwing utility. They're just sat back, chilling. And then by the time VP try to make a move, there's full util up. The players are already in setups that they've tweaked and turned throughout the round, like the aggressive upper B one. And even when they do find the kill onto Forrester, because they're not poking early on to figure out what's going on, they don't know if the B side is clear or how Hard Legion have been playing any. I don't think we've seen VP hit B more than twice.
I don't believe so. Yeah, once with, well, definitely earlier on, there was the one where I believe Forrester was playing up close, and then there was the other one where they had the deeper smoke to let them get out to the Great Train. So yeah, the 2 times that I can recall, I don't remember anything specifically. So they've certainly been favoring around A a little bit more. They did have one player push out into B in that previous round when they didn't have time to actually get the bomb wrapped back around. So you can't really count that one, but I mean, already damage being done. Adren is down to 2 health. This round has just barely begun, and already VP are kind of feeling the brunt of Hard Legion. This is getting completely out of control. At this point, they need all the rounds that remain to feel even somewhat comfortable actually moving on to their CT side. Buster, oh, he's been tagged slightly by the molly and obviously running. Gives the sound away. Sviat is ready then for the peak to come in, and there's a man advantage on top of that initial damage done to Adren. Big pick up by James. And Sanji's been able to creep out Ivy. I think Forrester is being cautious of it, but I don't believe he spotted him tucked in against the wall. Oh, he's so scared though because of the smoke fading away.
And so it just opens up too many angles. His teammates on the way through. The nade again hitting. I'm talking about that late utility usage from Hard Legion. They know they haven't got Ivy, so they just lob a nade in, peek with the op. Crad's got a free kill to Sanji. Adren 2 HP. They're watching him as well. Kicker. Okay, he wins the fight. That might distract a player to allow Adren to get out and have a little bit of impact. But no, it doesn't, because immediately the op comes through with the frag. James in with another, and Adren has managed to sneak out. He's got a free kill onto Kinky. Whiffs the first couple bullets. Lucky he was low. Crad all alone with that AWP to make it work, but 10 seconds. They've got to go and plant that bomb, and they've got no cover to do so. The fight has to be taken, surely. James just going to stick it. And he's going to actually get it as Crad comes around on the pistol, though, to finish him off and put a 4K on the board. What an animal. I'm surprised James stuck that. He even heard his step coming close train. He was like, nah, he's not going to peek me, bro.
Just isn't. The time's so low at that point that he was thinking, yeah, he's not going to peek me. He's he's gonna play it safe, thinking that I'm not gonna actually stick this bomb plant in. Instead, I would be taking the fight, knowing he's right at the bomb train. Like, why would I stick the bomb? Unfortunately, they got a mind game. I guess it was an attempt that didn't work out. It was risky either way he'd done it. Taking the fight would have also been pretty difficult. And yeah, 11-1, a close round from VP, but they aren't able to make it happen in the end. And it's really just getting out of their control at this point. This is not at all what I was expecting. I was quickly looking back over there for a moment as well. It is currently 13-9 in that Simon versus Navi game. So Navi are beginning to recover a bit on their T side, but it's still not out of contention for Simon to be able to finish that one either. So that is another crazy game that is currently going on. And look at this, a quicker pace B play going to be coming in. How does Forrester manage to get this done? How? He gets naded by a teammate, Mitch. What is going on?
It's the only way to stop him. It's literally the only way to stop him. They have to nade him. What happened there was Crad went, you know what, Forrester, you should be dead, bro. Just here. Just take the nade.
Were they all blinded coming out of a ramp? Because one of them walked past them, ended up on the bomb site. Then there was another one who he obviously killed close. And then another player came out lower, not expecting them to be close apparently, because he was fully focused on upper. Although he probably just had to take the fight against the upper player anyway. But his legs were just seen. So he went straight down and Crad was like, oh, no, you're done, man.
That's enough from you. Calm down, kid. Calm down.
He's like, we can't let his ego get too big. You're not that good. Nah, Crad is playing really good. As are all of his teammates. Crad obviously losing the kill from Nathan.
I mean, they're 12-1 up. I don't think we're going to call anyone on Hard Legion out for a poor performance today. What is this from VP, though? Like, this has gone from the point of being a poor start to a bad start to just sheer embarrassing. Their T side is so flat. And every single buy round, they're being caught off by players in positions that they should easily be aware of and ready to trade. Now they're looking to B yet again. And maybe there was a reason. We were saying earlier they had literally wasted a minute on the clock, then pushed A every time. Hard Legion were ready. Now they're looking to B, but maybe there was a reason they weren't going there.
They've been struggling with dealing with the pop player for a while. The Dren did see him there, and then peeks back in relatively slowly. Gets dropped with the wall bang coming in. And yeah, suddenly it's a 5-on-3. That's an interesting one from the peak slowly on his own. Did he not see him when he peeked in initially? It looked like he might have. Because his head definitely peeked over.
He was looking straight down. There's maybe the view model got in the way, but I highly doubt it.
That is always a possibility. Unfortunately, we don't know that, of course. Because we are on a kind of set one. This could be anything. Some people use mad ones.
I used to play in the middle of the screen. Quake style. Or Doom
Quake
style.
Ooh. Buster, nice headshot on Rage. Kickard actually able to get one as well. So yeah, I mean, I said it was a 3-on-3. They can still recover.
Oh, God.
And they did for a moment. But Crad, he comes true. This time the nade is going to land against an enemy. Yeah, it is against an enemy this time. That's the main thing.
He's learned. He's learned from his mistakes. Yeah, he goes to get the bomb. 12 seconds though.
It's done.
They can both try and knife him, and he won't have time to stop them both.
Well, unless he wasn't planting.
That's true.
Nah, he doesn't have time anymore. He's
Go
going to
for
try
the
and
knife.
stick it.
Do it.
Yeah,
Do
well,
it.
I think they...
Nah,
playing it safe.
They made the right call. 13-1. At 12-1, I'd be going for the knife. But so would Kenny S. But Hard Legion, they're not about that life. They just believe in playing all the way. And in fairness, I love this strat of just not fooling about, right? Because if they beat VP, let's say for example, they lose the pistol in the next and the buy round and so on, it could end up looking like 16-7, 16-8, and then people will go, oh yeah, Hard Legion did all right. If they 16-1 them, it's just like, what the f... Going to be a lot of question marks around that.
That's an interesting scoreline that I don't think really anyone was expecting. We said, again, this is more of a middle ground. Inferno is the one where VP should have had an easy time. They didn't. They struggled a little bit. Hard Legion come on to train just fired up. They were like, okay, we brought them close there in Inferno. We shouldn't have been able to really do that. So we're playing really well. We definitely can get this victory still. And they come into train just not letting up at all on that gas, man. This has been so difficult for VP in every single round. The drop down Bop Dog. Kinky just spraying away, as you said, completely blinded, but he's still able to find the kill in the end. And I think the only damage he took then was from actually the Molotov afterwards.
They can't lose opening duels. It's not possible. Something in the game code has just said, Hard Legion, yeah, you can blind them, you can shoot them through smoke, doesn't matter, you will die. The first one at least.
Or if you kill them, you'll die from the fall like a Dren.
Yeah, just don't go pop. It's not working. Code says no. Computer says no. For Virtus.pro, they're trying to move in towards the A bomb site. Rage already being closed in on, but not a problem. Look at the confidence, swinging out for every fight and winning them as well. And VP left, wondering how the hell this went so wrong. from a series they were almost sure to 2-0, but hold on. Maybe they're going to pull back into the last round, put 2 on the board, or maybe not. As Sanji falls, Adren's by himself, and the bomb's down in the open with 30 seconds left. And I think I'm about out of negatives in this one, but there's quite a lot already.
Dren is severely outnumbered, and as he pops out Pop Dog, there was already a couple players, including the Op of Rage, posted on that position. So that is going to be the half getting closed out, 14-1. We see in VP pick up the open and gun round, and then it was just 11 rounds in a row from that point forward. It was a stump on that first half from Hard Legion. Will they be able to keep that up and finish it off quickly as we head into the second half? You'll just have to wait and see, guys. We will be back in just a couple of minutes with that second half
To find out who's going to win.
Turn my heart into something gold. Knew I sold my soul to the devil long ago. I rode it all along on your wave right before it broke. Time was thrown down the well, so I let you go. I fell up when you fell down, but we stayed in flight. I'm laughing to myself, cause I know that I can't deny. I can't find what you can't hide right inside my
Welcome back to what is the biggest nail-biter of a series we've seen. We just don't know which team's going to take it. On 14-1, it really is anyone's game, Dean. Sorry. Yeah,
All right.
What happened to VP? Hopefully they found their mice and figured out how to use them. Because that was just insane. I mentioned that Hard Legion won 8 out of 29 opening duels when it came to the previous map of Inferno. And I'm such a noob, I didn't actually look this up beforehand because I've only just realized that contrast would be great to see now. They won 14.
There we go. Sanji's gotten himself the opening kill here. So we're seeing VP winning out an opening duel at least. Buster giving him some help as well, but the kills are again being pulled back. Forrester gets 2. He was on that P250, comes in with a couple of kills, which gives them a great opportunity. It actually took the attention of Sanji away from Ivy as well. Gives Fiat the chance to creep forward. And now Jame on the bomb site. If they pounce on him quickly, then he could be in trouble. He's waiting on his teammate to come in from Pop Dog instead. And yeah, that's definitely the safer approach. And Kickard will be able to find that one with the help of Jame. It was actually Jame who got the kill in the end. Oh no, Sfiat, he knows that Jame is pushed out as well, and actually hits a dink. Okay, brings that down to a somewhat winnable position yet again. Kicker, though, staying back a little bit more passive, though, was posted on the angle. That got very, very shaky. I was a little bit worried when Kicker was fighting from Pop Dog, because it seemed like there was a chance, actually, for that fight to be won out by the Glock. But yeah, Jame popped out from Connector then in the end to help him, and with that, played the 2-on-1 quite well, being able to face it together. A second round for VP as they double their rounds, and hopefully can add a bit more to that now off the back of this one, where they are only up against a single P250. If they lose this one, it would be heartbreaking. But you don't really expect anything, even with how dominant this game has been. You still don't really. It's actually 2 P250s. I lied. Sorry, no, they can do loads then.
They probably won the round, mate.
Yeah, probably.
In that first half, Hard Legion won 14 out of 15 opening duels, and the only one they lost was, you remember Forrester pushed up on B when they hadn't got a kill yet. They had no info, and he just kept going like an animal, and they still won that round, which was insane. So VP definitely not in the best of spots when it came through to those early fights. You saw them dropping into pop and losing just consistently, and even when they managed to trade, killing themselves afterwards. This should be a round that they take. Brad's been jumping up and down like a bunny for the last 6 minutes, but eventually he gets spotted and taken down as Buster just swung through to get a triple kill. Wow, that's, I mean, honestly, probably the best play we've seen from VP so far, and unfortunately that was versus Nico. But it did bring him to 69 ADR, so worth it.
Now he just needs to keep that. But, yeah, again, though, we weren't really expecting anything in that round. Buster sure getting himself 3 kills. It was against an eco, though, so he's not probably too hyped up about that himself. This is where it really begins to matter as they actually come up against the rifles. It is such a long road ahead of them, and that goes without saying for VP to actually try and make this comeback happen. And it does seem near inevitable that Hard Legion will be able to find those 2 remaining rounds, but that's normally how these kind of incredible comebacks look in the beginning. But who's to say? Hard Legion, yeah, now they're on the actual gun round, putting a lot of pressure towards Pop Dog, but instantly bringing it back over towards B. Kickard, that's definitely the best play we've seen from them, gets the 4th, and says, no, we are showing some signs of life. He actually didn't. James snatched away 1 in the meantime. I've lied to you guys. I would like to apologize. But it's Rage. He's left in a 1-on-5. They've been having a fantastic game so far, as is Rage. He's been playing well himself. But I think still a 1-on-5 is a bit too much to ask of him. And yeah, there it is. Buster peeks in and gets that final kill. It's another AK they could potentially get. Sanji would have liked the upgrade, but I don't think he was anywhere nearby to get it.
By the way, that Simon Navi game is 15-12 at the moment to Simon. Navi making a bit of comeback. Could happen. Could happen.
Sorry, I was looking at that game right there. Yeah, they're in a 4-on-4 right now. That could still go either way.
I think that's a little bit more unpredictable, I guess, in how it's going to end than this one. I mean, look, VP are on the CT side. They can make this happen. There's the whole anything you can do, we can do better. And if anyone's going to do it in this series, if you had to pick a team, it would be VP. But they've looked so damn shaky on the attack on Train. It's really difficult to imagine things switch to their favor when they swap over, like by that much of it, or to that extent. This round should go their way. The important thing is that they've got a little bit of money saved over whenever they're winning rounds, that they're not losing more than 2 players. Because obviously Hard Legion just need 2 rounds, so if they win 1, you don't want them to face into like a weaker buy. Oh, that's good damage. See, Hard Legion, they need 3 kills. And with 3 Deagles still floating around, 2 of which have armor and a weapon that could be retrieved if they can pressure Ivy. Now, they haven't got utility, so that's unlikely, but still, it's a good start for them to 1-for-1 trade.
Did Adren just flash himself and then peek Ivy? What exactly happened there?
He didn't look flash to me when he swung. But I don't
well,
think
as
he
swung, but I think he threw the flash though and then peeked into his own flash and flashed himself as he was peeking. And yeah, it didn't actually blind up Kinky somehow. I'm not sure. He was also looking pretty much at it. He got himself the headshot. That was the main thing, and did give them a 4-on-4. I still don't expect a lot more to come from this round for Hard Legion, but another kill or two, as you said, if they can get this damage done and keep VP in a position where it could just all fall apart here. I seen more kills coming in, but I was trying to not believe it was going to happen. But as we seen the extra deagle frag from Kinky with the AK being retrieved, that pretty much confirms it, I believe. This might have to just be the save.
Oh, they're going down pop. You know what happens when you go down pop? Oh, they actually won one. That's the first time VP have went down pop and ended up in a better position because of it.
Wasn't Kinky there, though. He was the man, I believe, holding it.
That's the problem. Kinky always wins those fights. Yat falls back. He doesn't need to take the fight. He's got time to work with as James looks for a frag, looks for any opportunities. That bomb is ticking away. They've got kits, but they've not got anything to stop them from being peaked, and James falls. Kicker's got to go save, but he can't even do that with a player behind him. 15-14. VP have just been embarrassed yet again.
You know what?
Not around
lost
lose.
as well.
Yeah, I just saw that. 16-12. That's insanity.
What is going on in these games?
Really is just beyond belief. Like, someone's broke the simulation today, guys. It's go outside, you'll probably see pigeons just stuck in the air, not moving.
It's a weird visual, Mitch.
I was going to say planes, but then I was like, well, that doesn't work now, does it?
Oh, they might line up. That was actually nearly the lineup. James, I believe, being the man in the background. No, sorry, Buster in the background. It was James who went down. The Molotovs are just going to be piled in on top of Rage, so he's in trouble. But they have pulled back a kill, as well as a lot of damage. And look even at the control they've got from Biba Forrester. He is not going to let Pop Dog go this time. Rage up close in the smoke is likely to fall if a Dren comes through, because he is not expecting this. Oh, they're hugging right now. Does he know he's caught on someone? He should have a good idea. Okay, well, that's an easy kill for a Dren now anyway. They're pushing in towards B in the meantime, so I guess that keeps one player kind of in position. Adren should have an upgrade, and obviously with two players still here towards B, they do have a chance to try and get a pick before that bomb is planted. Sviat's actually planting it in the smoke there, I believe, on the side. Not really expected by the CTs, so the bomb will go down, and now a 3-on-3 after plant. This is going to be very difficult for VP to try and keep themselves alive.
Hard Legion just need to win this one and it's all over. VP, long road to recovery. It starts with 2 kills though. Now Sviat all alone, but he picks up Sanji. They thought he was up above. The molly might have kept him out, but no. At least they do manage to find the frag to keep it going a little bit longer. As the defuse will come through even without the kit. Adren is happy to find that. Doesn't need Buster to help him out. 15-5. 10 in a row to go for VP to bring it to an overtime, and as much as I doubt we'll end up there, the possibility is still in the air. Crazier things have happened today with that Simon game. Just never know.
Yeah, well, we actually, I believe, nearly seen Navi making the comeback. It was 11-4. They only got 4 rounds on their CT side in that matchup, and did claw back on. It was also Train, I believe. But yeah, not able to get the victory in the end. That's just an impressive upset from Simon, especially as you said, the first map 16-4 on Overpass.
Insane. Absolutely insane. Overpass of all
just
maps.
Gone for a couple of weapons here, spending their extra money. I like this. Again, keeping the damage on. If they can just get a couple of kills here, they could even impact the buy for VP in this next round. You can see they're limited to an SMG even on Sanji in this one. Oh, he just got nade stacked and maybe spammed a bit. I believe it was just the nade stuff. That's some really good damage.
Dean, just to quickly tell you, Navi's history on Overpass, I just think is hilarious now. They beat FaZe, they beat Fnatic, they beat OG, and they lost 16-4 to Simon. Like,
it's an interesting one.
Just not a progression that you think. And some people that we know, Dean, would have said that would have been impossible.
It was the map choice of Simon, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you said, with the previous results from Navi, with the previous results from Navi, and with it being Navi, you would think, yeah, okay, they should have that. They definitely shouldn't be getting 16 forward. But yeah, let's see. I mean, for now, with these 2 weapons still in play, we've seen Hard Legion already win a much weaker investment in this to get themselves up to 15. So I'm not counting them out on this one either.
That's going to be a hard hold for VP with Sanji so low, dropping down. Kinky takes him out. But James able to trade back a frag on the way. If they can find one more, it's doable. But James goes down to the off of Rage, and that might be the final nail in the coffin as the bomb is planted and double the manpower for Hard Legion to hold down. Some players are low. Perhaps an opportunity if they can take down Krad and get up close to the site. But the off above waiting to peek in as Buster takes the kill and swings to Kinky. who's taken down by Adren. Okay, that smoke actually going to cause a bit of havoc as the spray from Buster's good. USP out, he gets it on Rage, and they're coming back into it. Just the deagles for Sviat. They're sticking the bomb as well. He can't even get the reload off in time. The bomb is defused, and VP, they keep themselves alive just about. Just a little bit longer. Oh, man.
That was way too close, though, for VP. If they're struggling that much up against just the one AK and the one op alongside some pistols, then you have to be worried once the full investment actually does come in. Obviously, with the amount of money spent in that previous round, the economy for Rage at least wasn't perfect, apparently, but he did spend 5,300. So did he just give that AK to Sviat? He must be waiting for an op back. Yeah, that's exactly what's about to happen. They're just having a chat first, maybe wondering what exactly they're going to do with this investment. And yeah, I like this. Sure, they're up 15-6, but you let this one go, you don't get a bomb plant, then you're probably looking at an eco, at least on most of the players. So then there's a chance for it suddenly to become 8 rounds on the board for VP. And I mean, it's VP. They're experienced players. You don't really want to be giving them any openings back into a game. If you can avoid that, certainly would be the best thing to do. And yeah, as I said, taking that tactical pause, a good approach from them. We're actually going to see one now from VP as well. They were like, yeah, guys, we let that previous round get way too close. We need more time to talk too.
A little bit of extra time to chill and chat, or someone's in the toilet. You never know.
Yeah, it might be. Maybe after the tactical pause was called from the Hard Legion boys, someone was like, "I'm gonna go to Tyler," and then he wasn't back in time. They're like, "Damn it, we need to call one now."
Well, that's it. I mean,
although it's online, so they would have just said technical TS issue or something.
In fairness, he might have to fix it because they shoved their T side right down that toilet as well. It's probably clogged at this point. The amount of rounds they flushed down it. This is
You're a bit ruthless, Mitch.
Oh well, it is how it is. So are Hard Legion with the the punishment they've been issuing. It's just been brutality from start to finish. Coming back in with CT side gives them some hope, but the nature of these rounds and how they've gone, as you said, you know, if you're struggling that much against that weak buy, just wait till the AKs come out. Hard Legion not going to give them as much space as VP offered up to them coming into the previous. Setting up the lob over a bit of util outside of pop. And force Sanji to commit in further than, although he does smoke it, avoids being naded to high heaven.
Yeah, this time we seen him take that damage a couple rounds back when they were up against that weaker investment, so didn't want that to be happening once again, and is trying out a lot of his own utility to try and retain the control. Crowd obviously making a bit of noise on the ladder. We'll actually back away from it for now, so they'll probably try and reapproach that soon. There is 2 players who could do the double drop. A couple players also for the T side working over towards Ivy, where Buster, I believe, is getting ready to be flashed in. Yeah, it was backwards in the smoke, peeks true. Rage is posted up on the up, so he doesn't want to go any wider on that angle, and he will decide to back off after not actually spotting anyone.
Tucked in the left. Buster could be in danger. That smoke in play. He's looking to get on through it and cause a little bit of damage. Has teammates on the bomb side, but it's James. It's Sanji. No utility, but he just goes dry into the smoke and takes a double. That is the kind of play they needed.
Yeah, James with this angle here on the op, though, going to pull one over towards VP, giving them now a 2-man advantage. And instantly, Hard Legion, they give up on their dreams of that A play. The issue is, having had no control around B, Adren is pushed all the way up into a position where he should be able to cut off rotations. Sviat, though, backed off to, at this point, obviously save, and ends up re-peeking in and goes down. Okay, yeah, that's an AK for Adren. Forrester, does he want to hunt this? I don't think taking the AK out of the hands of Adren is the biggest of deals. He himself definitely wants to save his own one. He could now potentially go down after time. Yeah, what? That wasn't needed.
Guess that's the kind of play you get when you're up 15-6, just playing a wild game. 1K left in the bank. Second time we've seen Forrester make questionable economic decisions. And like you said, you know, taking the AK out of his hand, it's not really worthwhile when you're going to be potentially losing your own. Risk reward just doesn't pay off. And the buy here is actually going to be very, very reserved. 1 AK and a scout. Forrester double eco, but he's going to just keep it, probably take a Mac 10. This round should be forfeit already. Nade not going deep enough to damage Crad even further, and he's on 63 health, so that would have done quite a lot, actually.
Potentially finished him off, but he's not going to live much longer anyway. Crowd steps out and ends up getting got by the player who was pushed up close in towards Olaf. Rage is trying to spam it back with the Deagle, see if he can catch any players up close, but not really the case anymore. The CT is known that they're up against this weaker investment. Don't really want to be playing up too close. You don't want to give those pistols the opportunities that they are hoping for. The smoke, though, going down gives a little bit of room for Kinky to try and push across. He actually takes the fight around it. Ends up dropping the Sanji. The AK will at least be retrieved, but now they're just in a 3-on-5. Ideally give that to Sfia, who has armor. Are they not going to? Because Forrester's just walked past him. He also has less health. This is weird. Ooh.
There we go.
Rage has got one. That's another weapon, potentially. It is a scout right now that he has. Was the Dren pushing with a scout?
That's also where Crad died, so I'm pretty sure Dren had a weapon as well, but he's just not picked that up. Might not matter. Forrester's on fire taking Buster. He's actually been playing really well across the last couple months as well for Hard Legion, so definitely a player you want to have the rifle, just with the lack of armor, probably not. Sviat was pretty much done the minute he didn't find that kill to Jame. Yop just ready to take him down, but oh, the timing for Rage. The second he goes in the ladder, but manages to jump on out of there, yeeting himself out as Forrester goes for the bomb plant. 10 seconds left. Can't plant for ramp and can't plant open. He's going to be taken down. Oh, he at least got it. Okay.
That's a nice bonus. Obviously means now that Rage, if he lives with this M4, will still get his loss bonus. So that's another big kind of positive from it.
Massive.
He'll be able to drop this M4 to a teammate, get himself the op, the armor, the utility behind it, because he has 7.2k. So yeah, that was a big find. It helps out Hard Legion quite a bit in this round after they did put some investment into that previous. There's still 7 to go for VP. Sure, they've what? And they've now taken themselves 7 of the last 8 rounds, but they can't drop one more. It's going to have to be flawless, so it is still going to be quite a difficult task for them. But they're certainly picking it up a bit here on the CT side. It was potentially just a little bit too late. There we go. Quick play. Yeah, Hard Legion are just going to rush straight on to A. Not even really putting down any nades. It's just a few flashes that go over. Crad straight out the E-box. Finds Sanji trying to actually retreat back to the bomb site, and suddenly it's a man advantage for Hard Legion. VP are instantly rotating over. Will they be able to get into position in time, though, with those smokes down towards Connector? They're forced to go through, but they've already lost their player towards Ivy as well. At this point, the T's could slow this down. Well, that Molotov did force Kicker down to the open.
But he found the kill on the Crowd. He was trying to punish him. Forrester up behind, expected, and Kickert. He's popping off. He had a rough time with the AK earlier, but not this time, as Rage has to do it by himself. Managed to recover an AWP. Or, I say an AWP. Picked up a Molotov there. Just he was peeking with the Deagle, caught me off guard. But Kickert in for a 4th kill and 15-9. I mean, this is... It's starting to get tight. This is where Hard Legion get a little bit worried, right? I mean, they have got money and all that sort of stuff, but VP are picking up momentum. And from what was 14-1 is not the extent to which they wanted to allow VP back into the game.
It's certainly getting a bit worrying, but they've still some chances. They're back onto the buy here as well, so they do have everything that they could really be asking for. I was kind of surprised they didn't slow it down there once they got that man advantage, knowing that they had taken so long that at that point it was very likely the CTs had rotated. I guess just being worried of the flanks as well. Damage early on in this round also going in favor of VP, as we've seen that attempted kind of peek over towards B from Forrester. Got tagged up a little bit. Kicker just dropping the smoke then to make sure it wasn't going to be a quick play off the back of that player pushing forward. And yeah, that has slowed the T's down, but they are still looking to favor on towards B, where there is 2 CTs, including some utility. There's a Molotov even for Kicker. If he drops that at the right timing, then the whole push for Hard Legion could pretty much be filed. They do have 1 smoke, but I believe that's going to be part of the execute. But here we go, going forward now. The nades indeed going to be thrown out, dealing quite a bit of damage. Crad, though, is able to avoid that one thanks to the smoke. With that, gets Kicker down below. Another kill coming in from Kinky. This could be it, Mitch.
It could all be ending right here and right now with 50 seconds left. Bomb goes down. Kinky's been naded, but he's still tucked up, and they don't actually know that he's there anymore. Sanji spots him, though, and that's an easy frag. Pulling back a little bit. Still a molly in play for Buster. It goes out towards the back of Gray. Doesn't push any players into the open, though.
Oh. Down to the 3-on-3. I was going to say they still have a chance here. Dren gets himself the 1, but Sviat instantly returning. Catches the timing then on Sanji as he tries to back off to the bomb, and now it's impossible. Sure, Dren gets that 1 kill, but he just has to stick the bomb, and Forrester, he's obviously not going to allow that. Damn. That's really nice of him, giving a free haircut. Obviously, they're hard to come by in these times.